Eventually, there comes a point in every child's life when they ask the question, "Mommy, where do babies come from?" Most parents answer something like this. Well, when a man and woman love each other very much, they hug each other in a special way that makes a little child inside the mommy, which grows into you. But some children are more curious than that, and if they are, the conversation might go like this. "Special hug? Cool, I love hugs. But Mommy, what about before that? Where did the first baby come from?" Well, you're made of little tiny animals called cells, and they each have a brain called a nucleus. Animals inside of me, like bunnies? Yes, something like that. Inside the brain, the nucleus, there is a code that makes you who you are. Everyone has a different code. That's why everyone is different. Code? What code? Like a spy? A code made of different letters, A, T, C, and G. The different combinations of these letters make us who we are. How do the little bunnies get inside of you? How do they pass on the code? You start off with two little bunnies, one from Dad and one from Mom. Each has half the code. When Mommy and Daddy give each other a special hug, they come together. And the bunny makes more bunnies until they come together in a mosaic to make you. This is called replication. But sometimes the bunnies don't grow right, and they copy themselves incorrectly. This can make a baby with 3 eyes or more fingers. Mommy, do these mistakes hurt them? Well, sometimes they can. For example, there are blood cells in your bodies, and sometimes the copies are incorrect and the cells get messed up, and then they don't work right. This means that the blood can't carry oxygen through the body, and oxygen is very important for the body. This is called sickle cell anemia. But sometimes mistakes don't do anything at all. Can they help people? Yes, of course they can. Remember the misshaped blood cells? Well, they can actually help people in places where mosquitoes carry diseases, like malaria. When cells are only a little bit misshaped, because the person is a carrier, mosquitoes can't give you the disease. But Mommy, where did we come from? Bunnies? Is that it? We just came from cells? No, it's far more complicated than that. Well, you know that mistakes happen. Yeah? I guess you could say that we're all mistakes. Remember the bunnies? Well, they used to be little bunnies, really small, smaller than you can see. Like germs? Yes. How did they grow? Well, the cells used to live on their own, and they could make more of themselves by splitting in two. But eventually they realized they could survive better by working together. And then they evolved into simple multicellular organisms like jellyfish. I don't get it. Well, let's talk about evolution. Evolution is the process of change in animals and other living things over time. For example, cells turned into bigger living things with more cells until they were complex organisms like monkeys. And then some mistakes were made, and some monkeys were caused to have bigger brains. Because they were smarter, they could hunt better, and then they lived. And the ones with smaller brains disappeared because they couldn't keep up. It was like a competition. Scientists call this competition natural selection. The ones that survived passed on their traits to the next generation. So there was more and more animals with bigger brains, and less with smaller brains. This also happened with other traits, like standing up straighter, being able to use tools, and more. And eventually those monkeys began to look more and more like me and you, until eventually they evolved into me and you. Wow, Mommy, that's cool. But Mommy, you never told me what happened to special hugs. That I don't know, but maybe you can ask your dad. Daddy?